Hello, everybody. Welcome into Talking Fitchburg on this Monday, October 4th, 2021. I'm Jeremy Crosby. Hope you had a wonderful day. A little gloomy out today, I guess you could say. A little bit cooler as well as we're getting some much needed rain fall. Although it's coming at the wrong time because it's harvest season. I saw a lot of tractors and combines and okay, so I'm like a young kid at heart, love all that stuff. So it's been awesome to see and great, just great to see the farmers. Every year you never know what you're going to get. A couple of years ago they couldn't get into the fields to get the corn off to begin with because it was so wet out. If you remember that, so this year it's almost the perfect storm. I mean, hopefully the rain will we get some, but it dries out enough so they can finish up their duties for the fall. And that's much for me, as I know right there. So we'll stop that right there and tell you we have a great show coming up for you today. A lot to get to. This week is Fire Prevention Safety Week. I'll say it right. And we'll be talking with Adam Dorn each and every day. We'll be sharing different safety tips. This year it's what is it called, Andrew? Is it listen for the sound of the beeps, I believe. Yeah. So sound of fire safety says. So there you go. We want to make sure that, you stay safe. So we'll talk with Adam at fire department each and every day about fire safety, including today. And we'll set up the whole week in our interview about why we do this every year. Plus, we check in with Bill Balke, our public works director, on the fire hydrant flushing. That's starting today. A little bit different process this year, so we want to make sure you know what's going on there. Plus, we check in with David Hill on our Fitchburg Senior Center update. So enough talking. Let's get to some headlines. And we start with the mayor's operating budget. That is out. And I want to remind you that you can go check that out at the website at fitchburgwi.gov. Also, we want to remind you that the next two nights, Tuesday and Wednesday, department head meeting, I keep saying department head meeting because that's what we do behind the scenes, but departments will be presenting their budgets and at the finance meeting coming up on Tuesday and Wednesday. So if you want to know what each department is doing for this budget year, you should tune in on Tuesday and Wednesday right here on the Gov channel F3. That's where you can find it. Fall hydrant flushing starts today. It starts October 4th and it runs through Friday, October 29th. Flushing will occur Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Due to flushing, water may temporarily be discolored. Discoloration can be cleared by opening your cold water tap to full flow for a few minutes. And here to discuss all of this is our friend Bill Balke, who is telling us about the process this year. It's a little bit different.
Well, over time, there's minerals and things that get into the water system, and stick to the pipes. So what we try to do a couple times a year is flow the water really fast through the system to be able to get those minerals out. And what we do is we flush them out of the fire hydrants that you see in your streets. So basically, we're just trying to kind of clean the water system up, clean your arteries out, get things ready and healthy for the next year.
Does this prevent then when it gets cold out, help prevent from pipes bursting and stuff? Our main waterways bursting? Does that also play into that? Or is it more just, I like clean the arteries out?
Yeah, it's pretty much cleaning the arteries out. So it doesn't have any impact on the water bursts and breaks in the wintertime. So we're just trying to clean things up.
Fantastic. So we're going to do things a little bit different this year as far as how we move about flushing these hydrants and the water system out. What are we doing different compared to years past?
Years past, we didn't do quite a thorough job, or I shouldn't say thorough, but we just didn't do as an aggressive job as we had in the past. So this year, what we're doing is we're taking a little bit more time to make sure that we get all of the mains flushed out. We're how are you? Getting more flow through the system. And when we do that, it's going to take a little bit more time. So basically what we used to do in the past is we had a couple of crews out and it would take 2 weeks to get things done, but we weren't opening up the fire hydrants fully, and we weren't getting all of the mains flushed out as best we could. And so this year what we're doing is we're breaking that up into zones. so that we can do a little better job of that. What we're going to do is we're breaking it up. We have 3 zones in the water system: east zone, a west zone, and a northeast zone. So the west zone is where we're going to be starting this year, which is on the far west side of Fitchburg. And it pretty much, if you can imagine a line where Osmondson and Seminole is, to the west of that and north of Lacey is that zone. So what it's gonna take about 2 weeks to get through that zone. We're gonna be starting that on Monday, that would be the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, Monday the 4th, next week. And it'll take about 2 weeks for us to get through that zone. And then we'll be working from the west side of Fitchburg to the east. So we'll be working on the far west side toward Osmondson to get that zone flushed out over those 2 weeks. Following those 2 weeks, we'll be working into the east zone. The east zone is pretty much going from there over to Fish Hatchery Road, Osmondson to Fish Hatchery Road in that zone. And then the northeast zone is like from Cheryl or Seminole Saine Road over to the far east side. So we've got the 3 zones, but we're basically breaking it up into two week periods where we're doing the west zone and then the east and the northeast the following 2 weeks.
Well, that is it's going to be aggressive, and it's going to be good to get these cleaned out. Will we see any more significant? So we always warn when we do this operation that the water may be discolored from doing this. Do you expect some of those type of similar things will be worse, will be better, or is it just unknown? And we'll still recommend that you do the cold flow at home to make sure you clear out those lines.
Yeah, that's what we would recommend over those 2 week periods, is just make sure that you run that water a little bit longer before you start doing your laundry and things that could discolor clothing and things like that. We would it should be about the same. It's just instead of doing over a quicker period, that it's just gonna take a little bit longer.
All right, Bill. Well, I appreciate the update, and we'll keep reminding folks of this here on Talking Fitchburg as we move through it. Bill, a big Badger win, hopefully, and a big win here for getting these water mains flushed out. Right there, water guy.
All right. Yep, we'll work on that.
All right, there you have it. Remember, do your laundry at night so you can avoid any colored or water damaging your clothes. Discoloration, that's the word. All right, we'll take a quick break. Coming up next, we open up our digest with our first of 5 interviews this week about fire prevention. That's next right here on Talking Fitchburg.